Hey, it's Brianna for Triumphant Tuesdays, and this week we're still talking about acceptance, but today I'm going to be focusing on avoiding comparisons, and I can honestly say I was the worst when it came to comparing myself to other people and things like that, to the point that my treatment team had to take me out of all groups and things like that back in the day, because I literally could not stop comparing myself to other people, and I wasn't able to recover that way because I compared myself so much that I was never focused on myself, and I was always focused on how I wasn't good enough, or how someone was better, or how someone was sicker. And this happened a lot in high school. Like, it's really sad to admit this, but basically I hated everything about myself. I was always like, my hair isn't good enough, my makeup isn't good enough, like I'm not thin enough, someone else is better than me, someone has more money than me. The list goes on. Someone's more popular than me, whatever. It just went on and on and on, to the point that I wish that I could have woken up a different person entirely, which is terrible. And I think a lot of it came from obviously not feeling good enough about myself and my cerebral palsy and how that made me different, because I always compared myself to non-disabled people because I felt like they had a better life, and maybe in truth they did, but this is my life. And so instead of talking about all of that, I'm going to try to talk about how you can stop comparing yourself. I was having a conversation with my boyfriend because we want to have kids one day, and I was like telling him like stuff I liked about myself and like stuff I wanted our kids to inherit, and stuff that I didn't like about myself that I didn't want our kids to inherit. Like I really like his sense of humor. Like, I want our kids to inherit that because he's hilarious. But I really like how compassionate I am and how willing to help. But I also don't like, how anxious I get and how perfectionistic I get. I don't like that at all. And how I'm dramatic and tend to blow things out of proportion a lot. Like, I don't like that. And I think it's okay if you can criticize yourself constructively. Be like, hey, I don't like this about myself, and this is why, and this is what I'm trying to work on. If you can do that, that's great. But I don't think you should criticize yourself unnecessarily, or focus on that which you cannot change, or focus on superficial things that in the end of the day don't really matter at all. But how to stop, like, that's really hard. I don't know, maybe this is a therapy skill, maybe it's not, but as I said, I like to write, and so do a lot of girls that vlog on this channel. But when I would compare myself to others, be like, oh, that person's thinner than me, let's just say, because this is about eating disorders, I would actually like write that written down, like, I thought this person is thinner than me, like write it in a book, or this person had better makeup, or whatever the comparison is. Like, I think if you compare yourself to someone in a negative way, or this person is the same age as me, but this person is a quote-unquote better place in life, or this person has a better job, or something like that, you should write that down. Like, write down what you compared. And I assume people are busy during the day, so they don't have a lot of reflection time, but at the end of the day, you can look at what you compared yourself to and try to figure out why you did it. For me, it was a lot about insecurity and not feeling good enough, but figuring out why I compared myself to other people helped me stop. And you are an original person. No one ever created is ever going to be exactly like you, so you're doing yourself a disservice and the world at large by not being yourself and comparing yourself to other people, because you are original and you are beautiful, because you are so unique. And I know everyone has different spiritual beliefs and things like that, and I'm definitely not trying to force mine on other people, but basically I think Christ created all of us to be different, and because we're so different, we compare ourselves to other people. So if this helps you, maybe you should pray about it and try to help yourself stop in realizing how beautiful you are, because you are unique. And something that helps me is listing all the things that I do like about myself that make me a unique person, because when I felt more secure about myself, I stopped comparing, and Another one of my favorite quotes, wow, I have a lot of favorite quotes because I think I mention them in every video, but it's, "You're an original, don't die a copy." And I think when we compare ourselves to other people, we're in a way copying them because we think they're better. And there's a difference between comparing yourself to someone or admiring them and wanting to be like them because you admire a certain trait about them. Like, my boyfriend doesn't care what other people think. Like, he's a nice person, but at the end of the day, if you don't like him, he gets over it. He doesn't care, which I really admire that about him. And he also speaks his mind and he says what he thinks, and I really admire that too. And I think that's made me a better person because it's made me more like him, because I've tried to be, but that's more in a positive light. Like, I'm seeing something about someone I like, so I'm trying to make myself better. Because I'm seeing, like, hey, Brianna, like, you care way too much about what people think, and so you compare yourself to someone because you think that person's quote-unquote better. They're not better, but see, I'm taking a quality from someone else and being like, hey, I really like this about somebody. Maybe I could work on this. But also list everything that you do like about yourself. Like, if you like your sense of humor, or you like your compassion, or your fashion sense, or one of the charities that you work with, or anything you like about yourself, write that down. So if you can compare yourself to other people, you can be like, hey, like, I'm a very unique, original person. I'm special. I don't need to compare myself to someone else because I don't need to be exactly like them. I'm good enough being me. And it's really hard to stop comparing yourself to other people, but I think the main key in all this is to catch it and then try to change it. Write it down and try to change it. Talk to a therapist about it. Talk to your friends about it. But really recognize when you do. And maybe like the first week that you like write everything down, you don't have to try to change it. Just notice it. I think that's the first step to anything that you're trying to change, is noticing that there's a problem. Or maybe you're looking at your list of when you compared yourself to other people and it's because of a particular situation or in a particular environment. Maybe you can find some ways to change that or make that less stressful. And also notice when you're vulnerable to do things like that, so you can do things to keep yourself safe and help yourself get through a situation. But it is really hard to stop, but I think the main thing you can do is just try to catch it and slowly change it and realize that you are a unique person, and stopping comparing yourself and building confidence is such a huge process, but we're all here to help. And I know this video wasn't terribly long, but I hope I helped. I just think that eventually you just have to stop comparing yourself and realize that you are a great person, that you are unique, and that you were created for a special purpose. So just keep that in mind. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week.